I have finally figured out how to get my half wigs to look like a versatile sew-in with the most seamless ponytail. No headband needed. And if you want to see how, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, now before we get into what's under this bonnet, okay, which is a lot, to say the least, honey. Okay, I have some twists, I have some braids, I have some leave out, and I don't want no judgment. Okay, not a pinch from not one of y'all in the comments. Okay, I'm in between half wigs right now, and when I'm wearing half wigs, I like to have the back of my hair braided up, straight to the back, four straight to the backs, Cleo style, and then the front I leave out so I can party, okay? So I can play with it, so we can have a time. But in all seriousness, it's hot outside, and I like to be able to switch my hair up without having to start from scratch and rebraid all of this thick ass hair, okay? We don't have time for that. So for this style, I'm going to part out about an inch of leave out across the front, and we're gonna kind of finesse what I already have to get the braid pattern that we need. My hair is pretty thick, so I like to keep it braided or twisted in the center, but if you have thinner hair, you can get away with a ponytail, two braids. You might be able to finesse it. Essentially what I'm trying to do is create a braiding pattern with my natural hair where I have about an inch of leave out all the way around the perimeter of my head, and the middle of my hair is braided and twisted out the way. So I parted out the front and side sections of the top, and I'm going to go ahead and twist the rest of this hair the same way it was before into two little thick twists. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the ends later, but for right now, that's not our problem, okay? But as you can see, the twists are nice and neat. They don't have to be super flat. I like a bit of a bulkier braiding pattern for a curly half wig because you kind of finessing and cheating the density a little bit. Take that 180 to a 200, you know? But to each his own, honey. Now, I had some braids in the back. I'm going ahead and taking those down, taking some hair out of them, and adjusting everything a little bit to, again, get it to where I have leave out all the way around the sides, and then I'm just redoing those braids once I have the hair out that I need out. I have had the back of my hair braided in these braids for like a month, I'm not gonna lie, and having my hair braided, moisturized, and out the way helps it to grow so much. I do not know about y'all, but the weekly wash routine has my hair bone dry. If I keep my hair braided, moisturized, and wash it every 2 to 3 weeks, that's my sweet spot. But let me know what y'all think. Are you like a weekly wash day girl, monthly? Some people do twice a year. That's a little crazy for me. But what's your hair care routine look like? And how often do you wash your hair? Now, once I have all my leave out in the back together for the most part, I went ahead and braided it out of the way so I can fix up my braids in the middle. And the leave out doesn't have to be perfect, especially with the curly wig. You shouldn't be able to see the part anyway, so that ain't nobody's business, okay? You just get it as neat as you can. If you have help, that's way easier. I did not, so we have to get it how we live, okay? Now, I'm going in with this Moisturizing Hair Mist by J. Nicole Customs. I will link it down below. I am in love with it. It keeps my hair nice and moisturized, and I love that it's kind of wet. I feel like the water gets into my hair and the oil in it kind of keeps it locked in. And then I'm also going in with a little bit of this Gabrielle Union hydrating hair oil. Been loving this too, putting it on my scalp. I want everything nice and juicy and moisturized because you really can leave this wig on as long as you want to. Now, I take mine off at night, but you ain't got to. To keep all of the ends of our braids and twists together, I'm going in with this closed top netted cap. I love these. Love these down. For any wigs that aren't lace, V-parts, half wigs, all that jazz. It keeps everything nice and neat without being too hot. They're very breathable, and you can buy them in bulk on Amazon. I'll put the link down below. All right, so now that we have the cap on and our braiding pattern is done, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the Mielle heat protectant on my leave out in the back, because we gotta blend her, okay? We gotta get the textures together. And before I put any heat on my hair, there is gonna be a heat protectant involved, okay? I don't mind losing my curl pattern, but I refuse to have split ends. That is where I draw the line. So I applied a little bit of heat protectant, blow dried her out, and now I'm turning on my little wand curler. This is one that I have with removable attachments that I love. It comes with a crimp iron, a few different wand curl sizes, and I'm going for the smallest one to match the texture of this water wave half wig from CurlyMe hair. She is gorgeous. I have her in 250% density and 26 inches. Again, this is the water wave texture, and she has combs on the inside and a drawstring in the back that is going to come in handy in 2.5 seconds. So we're going to go ahead and pop her on like normal. And I'm taking that drawstring in the back and really tightening it as best as I can and tucking it under the wig for the quickest, easiest flip over sew in you ever did see, okay? These half wigs are amazing, and I love that you attach them with combs instead of clips. It makes them a lot more comfortable. I've been trying to collect them like Pokemon, okay? I need one in every texture, and I'm finna start getting into the colors. That's where I'm really finna start eating y'all up at. But to blend the texture of my natural hair with the weave, I'm taking a small section of my natural hair and a small section of the hair from the wig, and I'm just wand curling them together. And once I have everything curled, I go in with a little bit of the Sebastian Shaper Plus hairspray to hold her in place, okay? And she is blending beautifully. But before I get into blending the front, I want to get the cut together because I'm not trying to cut my natural hair, okay? She a little shysty, but I ain't trying to make no mistakes. So I'm adding some curls along the front to kind of frame my face, and a little bit along the back as well to give it a little bit of body. I love a long curly wig, but you got to add some layers to give her a little volume. And to be honest, these wigs come so ready to install. It's fun to be able to do something to it, okay? They are very beginner friendly. And I like to jazz my wigs up, so giving it a little trim makes me feel like I did something. Even though I barely did, y'all. I really could have left her as she is. Now with curly wigs, I like to cut it curly, but sometimes it's best to brush it out a bit to make sure that your layers are nice and even because you don't want it to look choppy. Sometimes the hair will fall one way, you cut it, then you brush it out and it falls a different way, and now you got a mushroom, and we don't need that. We don't want that for us. That is not a fun experience. We rebuke that, okay? So I've kind of finger combed her as I was curling it, and she got nice and fluffy, and I can kind of see where everything was falling. All right, now I love how she's coming out so far. I didn't cut too much hair, just enough to give her a little shape. And now we can get into blending the front to get that crispy final look that we're going for. And now before I get into the wand curls in the front, I gotta do it, y'all. I gotta do it. I got to do it. I don't want to hear no judgment. I gotta bring out that hot comb, okay? Lately, I have been in a space where I'm just enjoying my hair. Is she fried, dyed, and laid to the side? Yes. Have I been having a nostalgic ball? Yes. Hair grows back, and I'm not in a place right now where I'm really attached to the length of my hair or even the health of my hair, to be honest. I just want to play and have fun. I'm sure there'll be more eras where I'm very invested in like the length and length checks and all of that, but I'm just not there with it right now. I am in heat damage heaven, okay? I am switching it up as much as possible, playing around, being creative. I'm in that place. Maybe it's the summertime, child. Maybe, I don't know, but that's just where I'm at with it right now. I have not been stressing too much. I haven't been counting the weeks in between heat. I've just been enjoying my hair. And if it's a little breakage here and there, child, I will get a trim and move on. Nothing to stress about. So once I went in with my hot comb and got them roots nice and pressed out, I'm going in and grabbing a small section of my natural hair and a small section of the extensions from the front and wand curling it to get that ringlet to match and blend beautifully. And to be honest, curly wigs are really forgiving. If you want to do perm rods or flexi rods to have a heatless option, you're more than welcome to do that as well. Twist outs are amazing. I just am impatient and didn't feel like waiting on it to dry. So I opted for heat. And to blend everything together, I'm also taking that same wand curler and hitting the ends of the wig all the way around. Now, I was going to go in with mousse, but I didn't want to go for a wet look. I kind of wanted to go for like a vintage, big, juicy, 60s, fluffy curls type of vibe. Follow me, okay? Big, voluminous curls that don't look wet. It looks like day 8 hair. Like you had a mean ass wash and go a few days ago, but now she's just fluffy and cute. Yes, very much so that. Black Topanga, okay? Catch the vibes. Now, this is what she looks like down. She is absolutely gorgeous and the blending is impeccable. But when I put her in a ponytail, when I catch you, Ricky, okay, magic happens. The blending is gorgeous. You can get away with a high bun with this. Like, I really did my big one. And I think all the girls should try it because this is gonna put sew-ins out of business. I'm not gonna lie. Like, get into this bun. Get into this bun. Really zoom in. Pinch your fingers and zoom in. She is immaculate, gorgeous, love her down. So, I hope that you guys really learned something from today's video. I definitely did, and I will be doing this again. I'm thinking of going for like a straight wig and doing a curled updo and see how sleek we can really get it. If you want to see it, let me know. And the ponytail is to die for. It looks so natural. It gives that I can play sports even though I run with T-Rex arms, and I love that for me. So, I hope that you guys really enjoyed today's video. I enjoyed making it for you, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, babes.